let's talk about the three-part breath. So hopefully you can see me. I will adjust the camera if you can't. I think you'll be able to see me. I'm going to come down onto my back side. My knees are bent and my feet are flat on the earth. And I ask that if you're not sitting anywhere where you need to continue to sit, could you come down onto the floor with me so that you can play with this too. So first, let's get settled here. Like, notice, are we like arching the lower back up off the floor? Can we play a little bit with the pelvis, some pelvic tilts to find a nice neutral spot for the pelvis to rest? Yes, there's always a little bit of space, or there should be, in this case right now, in this moment, a little bit of space between the lower back and the earth, like you should be able to slide a hand in, but it shouldn't be you popping your ribs up. You should also find a spot to hang out here that doesn't make your chin pop up. Sorry for the banging. The chin pop up toward the sky. Like, can you rest on the back of the head, some space between the back of the neck and the earth, so you also don't want to have your back of the head smushed against the mat with your chin, double chinning it. So the gaze is to the sky. So three-part breath. Settle in here. Find a breath or two that is just regular, normal. And three-part breath includes belly, ribs, and chest. So we all know, or most of us have heard, that it's good to belly breathe. It's good to belly breathe. Yes, it is. And so we'll talk about that part first. So you need a belly that's relaxed enough to move with your breath. A lot of us have been walking around forever with the idea of like, suck my belly in, suck my belly in. Like that motion of like when you zip a pair of pants up, you pull your belly up. There's something to be said, I won't get into it right now, but knowing how to have a soft belly to let your belly relax, and then knowing how to find your reflexive core, like engage your core in your belly. Those are good things to have, but you want both sides of the equation. You want to know what it feels like to have a soft and relaxed belly. You want to know what it feels like to have your reflexive core working in those moments when you need it to work. So we do not need to suck in our bellies all the time, 24 hours a day or 8 hours a day while we're working. You don't. Soften in your belly. And we soften in our belly to let the belly breath happen. With an inhale, I'll try to move my arms here, see if you can see my belly rising with the inhale. Belly rises, exhale. Belly falls, and it's not me sucking my belly in to make it fall. It's the actual breath, the breath leaving the body, working with the diaphragm. The belly relaxes and falls. So belly breathing here with a breath in, belly rises. With your exhale, belly falls, relaxes, is soft. So first part of the breath, three-part breath, belly. Next part of the three-part breath is breathing into your whole rib cage, which is different from breathing into your chest. So breathing into your whole rib cage, for those of you that are lying down with me in this moment, we're going to take our hands. See how I'm holding my hands? This is me holding my rib cage. So my fingers are around the top of the rib cage, thumbs, and maybe your palms, depending on how you bend and move. And I want you to take the time and play with. You can do this now. You can do this while you lie in bed at night before you go to sleep. But play with feeling that whole rib cage expand, all sides of it. So big breath in, yes, belly rises, but this time we're focusing on watching the rib cage, the lungs fill. And then exhale, so the rib cage expands, or sorry, inhale, the rib cage expands, and then exhale. You should it's kind of like the rib cage deflates or moves closer together again. So inhale, rib cage expands. Exhale, rib cage comes closer together, back to where it started. So third part of the three-part breath is your chest. So sometimes you'll come across a person, or maybe this is you, that takes a short breaths, and often these breaths are happening up here in the chest. So it's part of the 3-part breath. It is not the only part of breathing. So we breathe in, we can let the belly gently rise, rib cage gently fills, and at the very top of that inhale, your chest gently rises. So find an exhale, place your fingertips here on your chest. Maybe it's just below your collarbone. And then finding a nice big breath in, belly, ribs, chest, and then find your exhale. Everything relaxes and softens. So you have 3-part breath, belly, ribs, all sides of ribs, chest. These things fill and rise, expand, and then with the exhale, they relax and soften. Postpartum people who have had babies, maybe dealing with extra pressure placed on the pelvic floor, maybe now dealing with weak pelvic floors, maybe dealing with weak abdominals or abdominal separation, weak cord, abdominal separation. Yes, it's important to belly breathe. Do not make sure you're incorporating your whole 3-part breath when you breathe, not just the belly. So lots of importance gets placed on the belly. I'm going to roll over to my side now and talk to you. Lots of importance gets placed on the belly breath, like soften your belly, don't tighten your belly, soften and breathe. Yes, absolutely. But it's only one part of the equation. And so if we only focus on the belly breath, what's happening is we're inhaling, belly blows out, right? Or belly expands. And then where's the pressure going? Pressure is going out and against any abdominal separation or any weak core. And pressure is also going down onto the pelvic floor. So if it's not that you can't belly breathe, you should know how to belly breathe and you should belly breathe, but make sure it's a part of the 3-part breath, not just your belly breath. So belly breath is important, but incorporate the breath filling the whole rib cage. Incorporate that gentle topping, the top of the breath, the chest rising with your belly breath. So it's not all belly. Right? People often say, well, babies breathe. When you watch a baby sleep, babies naturally breathe with their bellies. Belly rises and belly falls. And that's how we should naturally breathe. Absolutely. But babies are lying down, and that they spend most of their life, that sounds horrible. They spend most of their time lying down, right? Being held, small babies. So of course, that's great for them. That's how they should breathe. But they're not walking around balancing on 2 legs, birthing babies and dealing with pelvic floor issues, right? So make sure when you are playing with breath, make sure when you're breathing throughout the day, if you have time to stop and think about it, are you incorporating all three parts of this breath? And in my opinion, most important part, definitely gentle rise of the belly, but it's the filling of the rib cage with breath, all sides of that rib cage, because often we kind of get stuck in those areas. Often if we haven't been breathing into the whole rib cage, it's very stiff, and so it takes practice, which is why I suggest either hanging out in the position I was just in or playing with this when you go to bed at night and are trying to relax. Breath is a great way to relax, and so you're getting that bit of relaxation in, but you're also getting familiar with how the 3-part breath feels in your body. And if you do find that you are having resistance in your rib cage with feeling the breath and feeling that bit of expansion, incorporate some more side stretching into your yoga practice. Keep working with mobility, work with your chiropractor, work with your massage therapist. There's so many amazing professionals to talk to about when it comes to breath, because it's more than just breathing into the belly. It's more than just deep breaths, not shallow breaths, right? There's a lot to it. Okay, that's what I wanted to say about that.